All right, to everybody joining us on Facebook, YouTube, and X, I want to let you know we're also on Citizen Live right now. We are on the scene of a major vehicle accident on the 202 here at 202 in Gilbert. 2 people have been ejected. We appreciate AX2 Media. If you want, please go follow them on Instagram for letting us know about this horrific scene that's happening. 2 people have been ejected on the 202 here at Gilbert. Westbound is completely shut down. Major police presence. It looks like they're doing some alcohol sobriety test on a individual right now. Again, we're posting video right now through the fence, which is the closest area we can get to the scene. But I can tell you, from what we can see, I can definitely see, and I'm trying to be respectful, so hopefully on our live Facebook, YouTube, and X that we're not zoomed in too close. But again, 2 people ejected. I see, what I can see at the moment is at least 1 deceased here on the scene, likely a second person, although again, I cannot see. I'm letting you know right now that there is an individual. I'm going to go ahead and try and show you right now here on Citizen, but there is an individual being arrested here tonight, which looks like a likely DUI situation. And unfortunately, this person's life is ruined as if he was the driver, which it definitely looks like that caused this accident. Unfortunately, 2 people have been ejected from the vehicle. You can see on Citizen right now, there is an individual who is being tested for roadside sobriety. He is being arrested right here at a DPS vehicle right now. Looks like a younger person, and it's so unfortunate that on a Friday evening that this has happened. I can tell you, actually, let me zoom out on Citizen a little bit. There is a body here, at least 1. We do understand that 2 people were ejected. 202 westbound at Gilbert Road, completely shut down. Again, on Citizen, I'm kind of zoomed in. I'm trying to work 2 cameras at the same time, but I can tell you that there is an individual being arrested right now on the scene here. They did do a roadside sobriety test, and subsequently that person was arrested and is being put in the back of a DPS unit right now. What a sad and wild scene here at the 202 westbound in Gilbert, completely shut down. Multi-vehicle accident and 2 people ejected. As I can see, 1 confirmed that I'm looking at right now, deceased here on the scene, likely 2 people at the end of all this. I'm going to try, stand by everybody. Those of you joining us on Facebook, YouTube, and X, I can zooming into it right now as well. You're looking at an individual that was being tested, roadside sobriety test, and it appears that this is the person that is being arrested for this DUI or driving under some kind of influence here on the scene that caused this literally horrific accident from what we can see here. Again, 2 people ejected from this vehicle, and as far as I can see, 1 confirmed deceased, likely 2. We're going to try and confirm that and find out. So if you're traveling anywhere on the 202 this evening, definitely westbound at Gilbert Road is completely shut down. My thoughts and prayers go out to those people that lost their lives here tonight on the 202. Those of you joining us on Citizen, we truly appreciate it. There's a lot of you out there. Do us a favor, if you can go to our YouTube channel, click the link. Hopefully the Safety Creator link is there. If not, it's Valleywide News at YouTube. Please subscribe, ring that notification bell, and we go live for breaking news and events here and across the valley in Arizona. And we truly appreciate you joining us, and that's the best way to support independent media. And as you can see, on our YouTube channel right now. We're also on Facebook and X, but on our YouTube channel, we got it zoomed in pretty close to show you that one individual is under arrest after a roadside sobriety test here on the scene in this accident. And what it looks like is he was likely the person driving in the vehicle. It's hard to tell, honestly, in this scene whether he was the driver that is in the vehicle that the two people were ejected. It's interesting because both driver and passenger side of the vehicle doors are open, and I don't see, or at least they might be behind the trees, where the second vehicle is. But I can tell you, sadly, there is two individuals who were ejected from a vehicle here on the scene, 202 in Gilbert. Again, one person is under arrest in the back of the DPS vehicle. And obviously, I can tell you this will be closed for hours, if not all night long, while they investigate this. Major police presence still happening, and 202 westbound at Gilbert Road completely shut down. So you'll want to make arrangements to divert around it sooner than later if you're in the area. Please drive safe tonight, everybody. Again, we're live, Valley-wide news, breaking news and events here and across the valley in Arizona. We'd love it if you can join our, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Valley-wide news. Hit the notification bell. It truly helps us and we appreciate it. Again, very sad situation here this evening. Those of you joining us on Facebook, YouTube, and X, I can tell you that we are zoomed in pretty close to the individual who did have a roadside sobriety test just moments ago, and subsequently has been arrested and is in the back of a DPS vehicle, currently speaking to a DPS officer right now. Again, unfortunately, those of you joining us on all our social media channels, this is a deadly accident on the 202 here in Gilbert. At least from what we can see, one person deceased here on the scene. It did come out, as we understand it, as two people ejected from a vehicle headed westbound on the 202 just before Gilbert off-ramp. I can tell you from what our vantage point right now, we can see that at least one person deceased here on the scene under the white, call it what it is, body bag here. And unfortunately, I'm not able to see the other person that was ejected. But again, sad and unfortunate situation, that's all I can say, and our thoughts and prayers definitely go out to the family of those loved ones that are sadly lost in getting that horrific phone call tonight, that their loved one is in a accident, again, likely DUI here. Only saying that because of the fact that there is one individual in the back of the DPS vehicle. Those of you joining us on Citizen, if you go to our YouTube channel, Facebook or X, whichever one you would like, we're on all three. Valley-wide News, our YouTube channel, we're live right now, and we are zoomed in on one of the individuals being arrested currently right now. I can tell you that this portion of the highway will be closed more than likely most of the evening tonight. So again, if you're out and about and headed westbound on the 202 here at Gilbert Road exit. It is shut down and likely will be for a number of hours, if not all night long. I'm trying not to zoom in too close on Citizen because obviously we have a deceased individual, and out of respect we're doing our best to try and zoom out a little bit. Obviously you can make out exactly what that is. Those of you on our YouTube, Facebook, and X, I can tell you that the person in the back of the SUV being arrested for what is likely driving under the influence tonight did do a roadside sobriety test, obviously did not pass it, and is currently in handcuffs. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you know anybody in this area, obviously, I mean, hopefully the next of kin is not finding out via our social media channels, but again, we are here to inform the public. So again, westbound 202, just before Gilbert Road, completely shut down. It actually stretches a little further back. At least one or two exits before Gilbert Road on the 202 headed westbound. So again, if you are trying to get home or drive around tonight, most likely you will be detoured off of the 202 westbound, which will be closed all night. So again, those of you joining us on Citizen, if you'd like to see a much larger picture, a little more detail, by all means, please go over to our YouTube channel, search Valleywide News, or click the creator link here on Citizen, and subscribe and ring that notification bell. Again, on YouTube, Facebook, and X, we appreciate you joining. What you're looking at right now is the vehicle in which two people were ejected. We have, at least from what we can see, one deceased, more than likely. Unfortunately, same situation with the second person somewhere here on the 202. We do have one person in custody after failing a DUI roadside sobriety test. So I'm going to try and answer some questions on our Citizen. There is a vehicle, I don't know if you could see it down in the bottom right of your screen on Citizen. All I know is that there was a vehicle accident, likely driving under the influence. We did see one individual being taken into custody in the DPS vehicle right now, just after what looks like he failed a roadside sobriety test. The vehicle down in the bottom right of your screen here on Citizen, those on YouTube, Facebook, and X, I'm actually zoomed into the vehicle in which two people were ejected, one deceased here on the scene that I can see, and hopefully that's not the case with the second person, but it does not look very good. I don't want to say because I don't see anything as far as in result to the second person, so I want to be cautious on that. But those of you joining us on Citizen, I'm trying to read some of the comments on Facebook, YouTube, and X. I cannot read the comments at the moment. The vehicle that it is on, those asking a vehicle on Citizen, it looks like a gold-colored, maybe older Lexus, possibly. Don't quote me on that. But again, unfortunately, 2 people ejected here on the 202 westbound on just before Gilbert Road. The highway is completely shut down westbound. Major police presence. 1 person arrested for what appears to be driving under the influence. Possibly the person, I use that cautiously, possibly the person that caused this horrific accident. So I have somebody here on Citizen, and those of you on Facebook, YouTube, and X, I can put this out. Again, these are people that possibly passed by, past witnesses, that there is multiple cars. And again, all I can say is that at least at the moment, 1 person is in custody after we watched him do a roadside sobriety test, and obviously did not pass that, and is currently in the back of a DPS vehicle. Those of you on Citizen, it's in the bottom left of your screen, where that person has been arrested for possibly driving under the influence. So very sad this Friday evening. So again, our thoughts and prayers obviously go out to those families that will be getting that unfortunate and sad phone call or knock at the door with 2 people that likely have deceased here on the scene after being ejected from the vehicle in this accident. So again, everybody joining us on all our social media, Valleywide News, breaking news and events here and across the valley. Again, unfortunately, a sad night here in Gilbert, Arizona, with a multi-vehicle accident. You cannot see, but likely 1 vehicle. The bushes are in the way of any others that were involved. But what we can tell you, the unfortunate and sad part, is that 2 individuals were ejected from the vehicle that you're looking at. Those on Citizen, it's in your bottom right. A little more zoomed in on our other social media channels. 2 people ejected. 1 I can confirm 100% from what we can see at our vantage point is deceased here on the scene. And as far as the other person that was ejected, we do not see anything from our vantage point, but obviously a horrific scene here, and a very sad one. So if you're headed out and you're out and about westbound 202 here in Gilbert, Arizona, just before Gilbert Road, completely shut down and likely to be shut down all night long. So we're seeing some word, and by the way, I would agree with some of the people that are, it's hard to say, I'm assuming some people are saying it looks like it's an Infiniti G20. You know, it's hard to tell at this point, at least from where we are. We tried our hardest to get to the scene. We're behind a fence here. Again, just an incredibly sad evening. 2 people, unfortunately, ejected from the vehicle. 1 person on the side of the road was given a roadside sobriety test, definitely did not pass it, and is currently in custody in a DPS vehicle here on the scene. do us a favor. If you find it in your heart to like, share, and subscribe, we're on Facebook, YouTube, and X. We're independent media, and we truly appreciate it. We're as well on Citizen. If you can, those of you on Citizen joining us, if you can go over to our YouTube channel, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, so that way you as community members will know when we go live, and it also helps support our independent media. Again, a sad situation. 2 people ejected. 1 I can confirm that I'm looking at right now, deceased here on the scene. I can also confirm to you that 1 individual was given a roadside sobriety test probably about 10 minutes ago here on the scene, and did not pass it, and is currently in the back of the SUV, the DPS vehicle here on the scene, under arrest for driving under the influence. Again, our thoughts and prayers 100% go to the families that will be getting that horrific call or a knock at the door in regards to their loved ones ejected here on the 202 just before Gilbert Road. As a parent, I could not imagine anything like that. And again, our thoughts and prayers are just with those families that unfortunately will get those unfortunate calls and or knocks at the door. We can tell you that those of you headed westbound on the 202, if you're headed towards Gilbert Road or anything before that, you're being detoured off the highway right now. And again, this will be likely closed all night long, or at least majority of the evening. So you'll want to make alternate routes to around the 202 here. All right, and again, those of you joining us on Citizen, the person that was arrested for driving under the influence, and the reason we could say that is we watched them do a roadside sobriety test on this individual, and shortly thereafter, that individual was placed into cuffs and placed into the SUV in the bottom left of your screen there on Citizen. Those of you on Facebook, YouTube, and X, I'm not currently focused on that, but there is 1 individual under arrest. Again, 2 people ejected. 1 we can confirm deceased here on the scene. If you know anybody in this area, do us a favor, share this. Those of you that would like to, you can, that are trying to figure out, those of you on Citizen trying to figure out what vehicle is. I have my camera on YouTube extremely high, so it's hard for me to see. But you can get a better idea on YouTube as to the vehicle it is. Again, both the passenger door and the driver's door on the left side is open. We can confirm that there is at least one person deceased here on the scene. Again, 2 people ejected from the vehicle. All right, everybody, those of you just joining us, we're still live here on the scene. Facebook, YouTube, and X. Valleywide News, breaking news and events. We're also on Citizen. 1 person is under arrest after failing a DUI sobriety test here on the scene. And 2 people ejected from the vehicle. 1 deceased, as we can see right now on the scene here. Again, those of you join us on Citizen, if you'd like, you can click the link down below, the Safety Creator link here on Citizen, or you can search Valleywide News on YouTube. We're also on Facebook and X. On YouTube, if you could click subscribe, click that notification bell so you can get notified when breaking news happens and or great events here in Arizona. Unfortunately, reporting on a extremely sad situation this evening. 2 people ejected from a vehicle here on the 202 just before the Gilbert Road exit here in Gilbert, Arizona. 202 westbound completely shut down. We can confirm from what our vantage point that at least 1 person deceased here on the scene, likely, unfortunately, the same with the 2nd person. You can see DPS right now talking to the individual who is under arrest in the back of their vehicle. Stand by, everybody. We're going to try and zoom out just a little bit. At any event, unfortunately, sad situation here. And our thoughts and prayers, again, go out to the family that have to get that horrifying call and or knock on the door on this Friday evening. We have a lot of people on Citizen asking where the other vehicles are. Obviously a high-speed crash. They're most likely behind the bushes in a different area there. We do have the 1 vehicle here. Where any of the other vehicle or vehicles are most likely just a little ahead from where we are able to view. Again, those of you joining us on Facebook, YouTube, and X, as well as Citizen, we can tell you that here in Gilbert, Arizona, the westbound lanes of the 202 likely to be closed down a majority of the evening. Again, with 2 people ejected from a vehicle. 1 we can confirm from what we can see, deceased here on the scene. Another individual was given a roadside sobriety test and failed that test, and then shortly after was placed in handcuffs and is in back of a DPS vehicle currently right now here on the scene. Again, it's a multi-vehicle accident, and 2 people ejected, 1 under arrest after failing a roadside sobriety test. Westbound Gilbert, westbound 202 just before Gilbert Road, and before that, because we can see that there's no vehicles for quite a while, so probably at least an exit or 2 before the Gilbert Road exit. You might want to make alternate routes all evening here if you're out and about this evening. All right, those of you actually joining us on Facebook, YouTube, and X, we are actually live. The time in the bottom right of our live shot is incorrect. I'm going to adjust that and fix that right now, but it is 11:39 p.m. here in Gilbert, Arizona. I'll update the time. I appreciate somebody pointing that out. Again, live here on the scene of a multi-vehicle accident, 2 people ejected, 1 confirmed deceased here on the scene. Also, 1 individual currently in the back of a police unit here on the scene after failing a roadside sobriety test. All right, again, those of you joining us on Facebook, YouTube, and X, somebody did point out in the bottom right that the time was incorrect, and that is a fact. It is showing 10:45, but in fact it's 11:45 here in Gilbert, Arizona. We're trying to fix that time now. However, the more important part is unfortunately 2 people, looks like, have lost their lives here on the scene. 2 people ejected from a vehicle headed westbound in a multi-vehicle accident. Those of you asking where that other vehicles are, they're most likely ahead of where you're watching in the scene. We can tell you and confirm that, at least from our vantage point, 1 person we can see deceased here on the scene. 1 person failed a roadside sobriety test and is currently under arrest in one of the DPS vehicles here on the scene. Again, our thoughts and prayers go out to, obviously, those families affected here this evening with the 2 people that have been ejected, unfortunately, in what looks like to be a driving under the influence accident, with 1 person currently in custody. All right, everybody. Well, we're going to wrap things up here. Unfortunately, at least from what we can see, again, to wrap things up, 1 deceased here on the scene. 2 people, in fact, ejected from a vehicle, a multi-vehicle accident. 1 person we can confirm from our vantage point and what we're visually able to see, deceased here on the scene. So